It is live now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Devi Mayam Upashatya
Devi Mayamupashitya
Iva Bhinna Drik
Prasupta Iva Bhinnadrik
Tapyeditiye Api Asati
Tapedvitiye Api Asati
Bhratir Bhrativya Hrit Rupa
Bhrata Bhrata Vyahritya
Mayam Upashatya
Devi Mayamupashitya
Iva Bhinna Drik
Prasupta Iva Bhinnadrik
Tapyeditiye Api Asati
Tapedvitiye Api Asati
Bhratir Bhrativya Hrit Rupa
Bhrata Bhrata Vyahritya
Devi Maya Upashatya
Devi Mayamupashitya
Iva Bhinnadrik
Prasupta Iva Bhinnadrik
Tapyeditiye Api Asati
Tapedvitiye Api Asati
Bhratir Bhrativya Hrit Rupa
Bhrata Bhrata Vyahritya
Bhratir Bhrativya Hrit Ruja.
Bhrata Bhrata Vyahritya
Yes, start.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danva Pranam. Devim Mayamupashitya Prasuptaiva Bhinnadrik Tapeditve Api Asati Bhrata Bhrata Vyahritruja. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danva Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Daivi Mayam Upashritya Prasupta Iva Bhinnadrik Tapye Dvitiye Api Asati Bhratra Bhratra Vyahratruja. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Daivimayam upasritya prasupta ivam bhinnadruk tapyaditya api asati bhratir bhratir vyahudruja. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Devi Mayam Upashritya Eva Bhinnadri Tapya Dvitya Payasati Pratri Pratridya Hridruja. Very much.
Asati Tirabhat Bhatibhya Hidayata. Hare Krishna.
Okay, done, everybody. Thank you.
प्रभु जी मैं बोलूंगी प्रभु
Okay,
जी
the last.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दैवीं माया पुमाश्रित्य प्रसूत्वा इव भिन्न दृक् तपेदितीय अपश्यति भातृ भिन्न हितृजा. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Thank you. Devim of the personality of Godhead, Mayam, the illusory energy, Upashitya, taking shelter of, Prasuptaha, dreaming while asleep. Eva like Bhinnadrik, having separated vision. Bhinnadrik. Tapye, I lamented. Dvitiye, in the illusory energy. Api, although asati temporary, Bhratra, brother, Bhratavya, enemy. Hrit, within the heart, Ruja, by lamentation. Guru Maharaj lamented under the influence of the illusory energy. Maya Upashatya. Being ignorant of the actual fact, I was sleeping on a lap under the vision of duality. I saw my brother as my enemy, and I lamented within my heart, thinking they are my enemies. Dhruva Maharaj limited.
Dhruva Maharaj lamented.
I was under the influence of the illusory energy.
I was
I
under the
was
influence
under
of the
the influence
illusory
of illusory energy,
Being ignorant of the actual facts.
being
ignorant
ignorant
of
of
the
the actual
actual
facts.
facts.
I was sleeping on our lap
I
I
was
was
sleeping
sleeping
on
on
a
her
lap
lap
under the illusion of duality.
under
under
illusion
the
of
illusion of
duality.
I
duality.
saw my brother as my enemy.
I
I
I
saw
saw my
saw my
brother as my
brother as my
enemy,
enemy,
Falsely,
and
and
falsely
falsely
I limited within my heart,
I
I
limited
lamented
within my
within my
heart,
heart,
thinking
thinking
are
thinking
my enemies.
they are
they
my
are
of my
enemies.
enemies.
Yes, Supriti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Real knowledge is revealed to a devotee only when he comes to the right conclusion about life by the grace of the Lord. Our creation of friends and enemies within this material world is something like dreaming at night. In dreams, we create so many things out of various impressions in the subconscious mind, but all such creations are simply temporary and unreal. In the same way, although apparently we are awake in material life, because we have no information of the soul and the super soul, we create many friends and enemies simply out of imagination. Srila Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami says that within this material world or material consciousness, good and bad are the same. The distinction between good and bad is simply a mental concoction. The actual fact is that all living entities are sons of God or byproducts of his marginal energy. Because of our being contaminated by the modes of material nature, we distinguish one spiritual spark from another. That is also another kind of dreaming. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that those who are actually learned do not make any distinction between a learned scholar, a Brahmana, an elephant, a dog, and a Chandala. They do not see in terms of the external body. Rather than they see a person as a spirit soul. By higher understanding, one can know that the material body is nothing but a combination of the five material elements. In that sense, also, the bodily construction of a human being and that of a demigod are one and the same. From the spiritual point of view, we are all spiritual spirits, parts and parcels of the Supreme Spirit, God. Either materially or spiritually, we are basically one, but we make friends and enemies as dictated by the illusionary energy. Dhruva Maharaj therefore said, Daivim Mayam Upashit. The cause of his bewilderment was his association with the illusory material energy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Devi Mayam Upashitya Prasupta Iva Bhennadrik
Prasupta iva
Prasupta
bhinnadrik
Apye
Bhinnadrik,
Dutiya Api Asati
tapediti
Tapya
api
Dvitiya
asati
Bhatir
Asati,
Bhatevya Hridruja.
bhratir bhartavya hridruja.
Mother limited, I was under the influence of the illusory energy, being ignorant of the actual facts. I was sleeping on her lap. Under the vision of duality, I saw my brother as my enemy and I falsely limited within my heart, thinking, they are my enemies. So for some time now, we have to meditate. So this is all tricks of Maya. Let us understand. The first question, many times people say, how does it even possible The soul is eternal. The soul is full of bliss. The soul is full of knowledge. Satchidananda Swarupa. How does it even get stuck in this world of illusion? How does it even happen? It's a big challenge actually. How can the soul, which is our spiritual nature, get entangled in this material world? And how does it even connect to this world? It's a very difficult subject matter. Many times in Bhagavad Gita, it's given Swapna Drishta Ivamasa. Prabhupada compared this world to be a dream, daydream and night dream. All the anxieties, all the pain, what we see in this world, how does it even come? Our philosophy is very simple, but sometimes some interesting detail we may not overlook. See, when we are sleeping, in a dream, we do carry our still anxieties, fear. It is there in the dream. There is fear in the dream. We see some person running around and I identify with that person and I feel fear. Okay. But something very interesting, when somebody is in deep sleep, he may be in highest level of anxiety in the day. He may have even fear of anxiety in the dream, but he's totally peaceful when he is in deep sleep. Just analyze this thing. The stage at which the soul in the daytime, we call Jagriti, when the soul is connected to both the mind and the body. Then the stage is called Swapna, where the soul is connected only to the mind, but not to the body, the consciousness. But a stage is called Susupti, at which the soul is not connected either to the body and mind, and immediately it is peaceful. What does it make? But nature of all this is illusion for the soul. Soul is by nature not in any anxiety. Soul is by nature very peaceful and comfortable. That all the anxieties are being created because of the illusion in the dream or in the day. As such, the soul is very, very peaceful. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakta Sadhu Kavunoy Shavanadi Shuddha Chitta Karaya Udaya. It is only when the soul connects to the body and mind, it develops a field of anxiety. When the soul is not connected to the body and mind, it shows its real nature. Therefore, the fourth stage, Turiya, when it actually disconnects from the body and the mind, illusion that it creates. It's not that I can disconnect from the body, I'm sitting in this body, but I reject the illusion created by it. Prajahati yada kaman sarva partha manogatan atmani evatmana tushtaha sita pragnasa uchyate. Prajahati yada kaman. When somebody can give up all kind of kama, their desire for sense enjoyment, knowing it to be only an illusion of the mind, manogata, atmani evatmana tushtaha, such a person is totally self-realized. Sita pragna sauchita, he is called self-realized. He is totally satisfied in the spiritual existence. And material existence, the body and mind attracts him, it creates him. That's why Maya, the shloka says, upashyatya. What is the exact word used in the shloka? It says upashyatya. Devi Maya upashyatya. And because of that, bhinnadrik. Because of that, we see separately. Okay? Did you get this first point of the class today? We have taken shelter of Maya And because we have taken shelter of Maya, we are having Bhinnadrik, separate vision. And because of that, there is so much anxiety. The moment we have Bhayam Dutiya Anuveshita Shat, Ishat Apatyasya Viparyaha Smritihi. So the Bhaya, anxiety is developed, Devi Maya Upashatya, when you take shelter of Maya. And then our anxiety starts, either in the day or in the dream. But if you come to Turiya situation, then you understand all the tricks of the Maya in the day or in the dream are just tricks, have nothing to do with that. Then it develops so much peace and happiness. So, peace and happiness is yours. Every day you are experiencing that when you sleep. You have anxieties when you are sleeping, when you are having dreams. But it comes to a situation when you have no dreams and total, even the demonic person at the time looks very peaceful, very nice. Soul is not connected anywhere. That time body is taking rest, the mind is taking rest, just like a small child is running around. Parent think, when they eat it will sit down because they're tired of running behind them. So similarly, your mind is also like that, jumping here, there, creating so much illusions for us, creating so much anxieties for us. Like it is said, Devi Maya Upashatya, having taken shelter of the Devi Maya, we make friends and enemies. The self-realized person, Bhagavad Gita, many times symptoms are given. He is above that, friends and enemies. This is all sign of material ego. My ahankara is there, so anybody does me ego, that's called ego massage. Yeah. We start believing that. What happens in any society, in any people start giving some upadhi to people, just as social. Oh, actually it's not true. Simply this. Oh, he's expert in computer. Oh, this person is simply society they speak. So ego. And we start believing, oh, he is a very big he is very good cook. Something we start believing which is not true. And whenever we go anywhere, we want people to do massage of that ego. Yeah. Oh, I heard you. Oh. You know, some people do it professionally. In office they go to the boss, yes sir, I heard, you are a very great writer. He might have written a nonsense book, nobody wants to read that. I heard you are a great writer. He starts believing that and people simply speak to make him very comfortable. Yes, I heard, yes. Correct. So people further our illusion. The society furthers our illusion. Okay, so this is part. That actually it is because of our connection, attraction. It's like when you open your eyes, your plan is to enjoy the world, that the world start looking very attractive and Maya has many things to show to you. And you open your eyes, you want to serve Krishna, then there is another world. So it's not that Krishna has dragged us into Yogamaya, Mahamaya. It is our choice. It's like a toggle switch. It's our choice. Yoga Maya, Devi Maya Upashatya is not referring to Yoga Maya, referring to Mahamaya. And I have taken shelter of Mahamaya by my own foolishness to become happy. That famous example, somebody was holding a tree and he said, the tree is not living, the tree is not holding you, it is you are holding the tree. So any amount of help people can give you knowledge, people can give you inspiration. But unless you take a decision, like Prahlad Maharaj told his father, my dear father, Matirna Krishna Parato Sato Va Mito Vikarte the Graha Vratana, unless you make a decision to come out of vrata, the determination you have taken to enjoy your senses, to become happy by sense enjoyment, nobody can help. The Guru can spend his life giving you instruction daily for hours. Your friends can spend hours instructing you, but you will not change unless you take a decision. Sampratam labdha buddhi. You take a decision. Yes. Just like following four regulative principles, you have to take the decision. Good atmosphere you can be in, devotees can surround you, you can attend good sadhana, you can read Shastra, you can do service all day, but it is your decision to follow. These things will make it easy, but you have to take a decision. Okay? So we have a privilege given by God, and it is for us to take the decision to stay pure. Okay? Just like we were discussing yesterday, taking instructions, to accept the instruction of the Acharya, that is our prerogative. You should follow. How do you know? Follow when you don't know. It's like in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatri ki vidhim bina. No, Bhagavad Gita has a similar shloka. Ye Shastra vidhim usrija. So when you do not know Shastra vidhi, there is the question of usrija. First you have to hear. So therefore we hear, we understand what is right, what is wrong. And then we have to take a decision. Yes, I want to follow. So that is for us to. We have to take a decision. Yes, I want to go back. Therefore Prabhupada used the word always, go back home, back to God. Prabhupada said, just by taking a decision, I want to go back to God, and you can go back. But we don't hold that decision. Therefore, that is Ussa, Nishya, Dhairya. It is given to us by the Acharyas. Now what is this Ussa, Nishya, Dhairya? You are not seeing anything. Now we are sitting and chanting Hare Krishna. We are seeing the Mangalarti of the Lord. We are taking Prasadam. Actually, what you are doing, did you ever thought about that? आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे, नकल कर रहे हो. क्या कर रहे हैं? We are actually, sadhana means we are imitating a pure devotee to some extent. Now there are two people are doing sadhana. One thing is the pure devotee. He is taking pleasure in seeing the deities. He is feeling so happy. He is drinking the nectar when he sits and chants the holy name. He is relishing again to see the Aarti again of the Lord after Abhisheka. And he drinks the pleasure of the Bhagavad Katha. Now that is the pure devotee. Pure devotee is enjoying that. Okay? He is enjoying. Now, what are we doing as sadhaka is that we are imitating the activity of a pure devotee. Just like sometimes you have small children and you bow down, the children also bows down. It's actually a very big project. 15-20 years of project to train a child to become a devotee. And to be careful, because as far as we have seen, mostly congregation people to fail. Their children do not become serious devotees, mostly. They become devotees like, okay, kabhi jap kar liya, but not serious. We have seen it. So it's a very big project, very, very big project to be serious, to be able to train a child. It's a big project. If you are serious, yes, it is possible. Prabhupada said, all the children are Vaikuntha children, train them properly, but it's a huge effort. Oh my God. It's a huge effort. Amount of hours spent in that is massive. Okay? If you put the hours spent in trying to train a child, say his child will maybe firm up, because the biggest problem comes at teenage time. That's what so many parents say. Teenage time, they lose their seriousness. And say 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, these years to they maintain their the seriousness and not get distracted. And then they are firmed up. Okay? A lot of questions come during that time. So many things happen. So just like a child, we have seen small child, what it does when you are going down to the deities, what it does, he imitates you. That is what is called sadhana. We are actually imitating the activities of a pure devotee. We are sitting down, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's what a pure devotee does. We are trying to imitate. Do we have any taste? No. Are we enjoying it? No. Are you finding your peace in doing that? No. We just imitate. That is called sadhana. What is sadhana? Sadhana means imitating a pure devotee. Just like a child. You have seen small children. Father is going down, small child goes down. And then father is offering prayers. He gets up within 30 seconds and is watching. Father is still down. He again imitates. We have seen this funny behavior. Okay? So children, so हम भी क्या कर रहे हैं? नकल कर रहे हैं. Just like in an examination hall, what we used to do? We are writing, we don't know what to write. And somehow I remember in my college, very easy to pass. I don't know whether it is still so easy. Because the auditorium, the lecture, the classrooms are like this, When it is like this, at least 3-4 copies are visible. My number used to be behind. At least 3-4 copies are visible. So I just look at it and I say, oh, he's solving like this. This fellow is solving. You can see the whole copy. And then after that you think about it, okay, that is what it means, looks like, write something. So what you are doing actually, you are copying. You are expert in that. Past whole engineering, copying. Now same way, spiritual life also means imitating. But imitating, people have done the paper well, great acharyas. Just that is. When you copy in, say suppose you're writing a paper, you're writing an article, and suppose you copy somebody's statements without giving credit to it, that's an offense. That's called plagiarism. Okay? In fact, now there is a software. Suppose you submit your PhD, they will put a software, Google software, and the professor can know how much you copied from the net. Because everything is available in the net. They copy and we come to know. So it is an offense. Your PhD will be cancelled and your paper, he can legally sue you. You have to, if you're writing a technical paper, you have to give the reference from where you got this information. But in spiritual life, it is different. Prabhupada used to say, you cram my purports and you repeat it. If you want to be a good preacher, you just cram this purports. That is called Guru Parampara. You see, Prabhupada is writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. At one place, a huge purport appears of 14 pages in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada takes on the Mayavada. He attacks the Mayavada analysis of Shankaracharya. And Prabhupada just copies the whole thing verbatim. So then Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada says, what you have done? No, good. Good. You see Chaitanya Charitamrita, now see Srimad Bhagavatam, in the introduction, Prabhupada puts the whole thing section in the introduction, copied from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Life and Presence of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Copies. Even in the analysis in the purports, Prabhupada has used the Baladev Vidyabhushan Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur analysis of Bhagavad Gita. They copied, no? That is called Guru Parampara. Prabhupada used to sit, have all these books in front of him, and he'll take a verse, 1.1, Bhagavad Gita. You see, what did Bhaktivinoda Thakur say about it? What did Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada say about it? What did Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur say about it? What did Baladev Vidyabhushan say about it? And some other Vaishnava Acharyas, what do they say about it? What do Ramanujacharya say, Veeragavacharya say? He'll look at the whole thing. And then he will think, what do I write? Like I used to write my paper. Look at that one. Look at that one. You're doing the same thing, but that is an offense. Yeah, this is Guru Parampara. But yes, a great Acharya is not just copying, he is realized. He is not just copying. Therefore, many people can repeat the statement, you are not the body, you are a spirit soul. When Srila Prabhupada used to say that, I told it many times, I'll tell you one more time. Prabhupada was gone back to India, so when he came back at the airport, there was a big gathering. So they all were sitting, and they made an arrangement, Prabhupada to address them. Imagine Prabhupada speaking to them. Please believe me when I tell you, you are not the body. He's telling you. And many sannyasis said, it struck us so hard, you're shaken. You see proper lecture, so simple. So simple. But he's speaking realized words. That the Prabhupada say, people like my books because these are realized statements. Prabhupada says himself, why do people like my book? Because there is a realized statement. It carries that energy, spiritual energy within those statements. And it, Prabhupada compared to Brihat Mridanga, anyway people can read it and get benefited. Okay, so the first point we discussed today is that due to the deep sleep we can understand that all the anxieties and all the so-called happiness in this world is an illusion. Therefore Prabhupada wants to quote this famous verse, Dvaita Bhadra Abhadra. Dvaita Bhadra Abhadra Jnana Sabha Manodharma Ei Bala Ei Manda Ei Sabha Brahma. So in this word, that's what we are. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, something is good, something is bad, all this is manodharma. There is nothing good in this world. It's all. Ei Bhala, Ei Manda says, this is the illusion that we have. So we all go around with our false egos, and anybody satisfied a false ego, it becomes a friend. And somebody challenges a false ego, it becomes an enemy. It doesn't make sense. Every person in this world, therefore it is said, Prabhupada is quoting the Bhagavad Gita verse, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Sapake Cha Pandita Samadarshinaha. The person coming and advanced in spiritual life sees everything equally. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Shuni Chaiva Pandita Sama means equally. He sees equally. He sees everybody equally. Neither anybody is an enemy, neither anybody is a friend, neither anybody is an elephant, neither anybody is a cow. He sees everybody as a servant of Krishna. And in the illusion of Maya, he is behaving in strange ways because of false ego acquired because of Maya. He is doing a drama and gymnastic in this world. But he sees the original identity. He is the eternal servant of Krishna. He only sees that. That's all a devotee sees. Therefore, his analysis of the world is totally different. So, that was the first part. The second part we developed that actually what is the situation in this world, that how do we come out of the situation? That start imitating pure devotees. Okay? And that is why many times people do not understand. Because Krishna Shamanati Shuddha Chitya Kara Udaya. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakta Sadhu Kapinoy. Eternally we are servants of the Lord. Shamanati Shuddha Chitta. But when we are hearing the Shastra, Kara Udaya. Now this Udaya is not something technical. We make that mistake many times. So how do I become a devotee, I was hearing. And it makes sense what you said. No, it was not that. Udaya is not only logic and reason. Just like when you sit down and chant Hare Krishna, you feel so blissful. No logic and reason in that. This is spiritual awakening of the soul. The soul is awakening. Maybe the mind can make a block of logic and reason. Therefore Prabhupada says hearing an acharya doesn't mean intellectual hearing. It is submissive hearing. Because you are allowing the soul to touch the spiritual vibration. So suppose there is a new person, you say you chant Hare Krishna. Why should I chant? Actually you're not dealing with the soul, you're dealing with a stupid mind. You tell him, anyway it's not going to cause you any harm. Yeah, it doesn't come. You can chant. And he said Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. And somebody who has not chanted 16 rounds, you ask, how are you feeling? I am feeling so suffocated. Like sometimes you get sick, you cannot chant. How are you feeling? You're feeling so suffocated. Why? What is the logic reason in that? It's not the logic reason, sir. This vibration of the holy name is awakening the soul. The soul is waking up by the spiritual vibration. By associating with the spiritual vibration, the soul, which is totally Sachidananda, is coming out of the illusion and it is waking up into the original identity. Sanatana Goswami asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is my identity? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jivera Sarup Hoy Krishna Nitya Das. By spiritual practices, that is sadhana. We discuss imitating pure devotees. When you are doing sadhana, what happens? Gradually, the soul awakens. That is what we are doing. Ussa and imitate. Please imitate. True, we say anukarana, anusarana. Imitate not in that perspective, imitating in the perspective of, just like Krishna, certain things should be imitated, certain things should only be followed. Anukarana, anusarana. Actually, we are anusarana people. And certain things of the Lord, we should not. Just like Krishna used to get up 3 hours before sunrise. Yes, please imitate that, follow. But there are certain things, like Ras Leela, don't imitate. So similarly, Acharya, we should never imitate an Acharya in the sense of his taking the role. It's like Prabhupada took the role of founder Acharya and declared for 10,000 years, these books will guide the whole humanity. Basically declaring himself to be the Acharya of the golden age. He declared himself. Don't imitate that. Don't imitate that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Prabhupada is sitting and chanting Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. That you do. But don't, just like Lord Shiva is drinking ocean of poison, don't do that. You will die. One drop will kill you. Don't try to imitate. There are some foolish disciples, so they don't know the difference. What is anukarana, what is anusarana. But anyway, that is detail. The point is that we should know what to imitate. A great personality, their activity should not be imitated. Okay? But overall, we are giving the principle of sadhana. Is actually we are trying to act as if we are a pure devotee. Act. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's a pure devotee will do. And then gradually feel awakened. Shavanati Shuddha Chitta Karayodaya. So what do the instructions do? The instructions are also logical. The metal world is created as a dreamland, imitation of the spiritual world. And when we come to this world, we are lost into this. Therefore, in a Bhagavad Gita it is said, Urdhamula Adashakaha, to cut off these roots of material enjoyment. Prajati yada kama sarvapatma manogatan atmetu sutra. No, not Prajati. Dharma pujita kaitata parmo nirvasarana satam vedavasa putu tapatre unmulanam. This is all our material entanglement, which is compared to like the roots which are spread so much. It's to be plucked and removed from the root and thrown away. Tapatreya unmulanam. So now we got the situation that the deep sleep, we know that is not there, and you know the imitation. And this material world then is an imitation of the spiritual world, but certain places things are visible by which we can come out of the solution. We are all thinking we are in the spiritual world today. So Krishna, Bhagavad Gita says, Janma Mritu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshano Darshana. My dear sir, this is not the spiritual world. Because here there is birth, there is old age, there is disease and death. And Prabhupada says, keep meditating on that. He says, because if you meditate on that, you are rightly attacking the foundation of this illusion, which is, we are thinking this is a spiritual world. Therefore, when somebody dies, he has died, we get shocked. When somebody cuts our hand, we get a shock. It's something we don't know, we are very curious. The child is curious. Can't you keep a box in front of the child and leave him? He will open and see what is there. In a house, you tell there is one room which is locked, you'll open and see what is there inside that. We don't like any ignorance, we want to know. Correct? We want to know. So, in that same sense, we can understand that Janma Mritu Jara Vyadi, the four inconveniences which are part of this world, actually prove to us this is not spiritual world, it's material world. Therefore, Krishna says, please meditate upon them. Dukkha doshanu darshanam. You understand, have darshana, they actually cause you pain. Therefore, there is this famous class of Prabhupada, samsritihi. And the class Prabhupada explains how birth there was so much pain, we could actually die. Then you are born, there are so many difficulties. Some ant is biting, we can't even express. We are crying simply, we can't even talk. Mother thinking maybe is hungry, giving food, but actually an ant is biting my leg and I am helplessly lying. I can't even express myself. Therefore child cries helplessly. And then after that, continue, somebody was joking. A child is crying when he is born, the trailer he is giving, whole life is only crying. Then there are schools and colleges and exam, which is another suffering. Then after that job where you're made to work, which you don't want to work, again suffering. And then you have inconvenience of old age, diseases, and then death. Where there was happiness? Actually life there is no happiness, there is continuously suffering. Continuously suffering. Janama mrityu jara, which is unnecessary. But Devi Maya upashitya. Having taken shelter of Maya, we are in this situation. But you may say, why does Krishna not undo the suffering, only create happiness? No. These sufferings become a trigger for us to go back to his lotus feet and enjoy eternally. Okay. Therefore, a person sees this suffering just like an exams. And exams are looked as suffering by students because they do not know what is the purpose. The purpose of exam is to illuminate you. So similarly, the suffering in this world are actually not pain. Their purpose is to illuminate us into spiritual knowledge. Illuminate us. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha dukkha. Illuminate us. Darshanam. Darshanam means to illuminate us. These are sufferings of janma mrityu jara vyadi, and there are extra sufferings. There is, sometimes misunderstanding with somebody. These are all extra suffering. Extras. Just like you get when you buy a product, you get accessories that extras, you want free. In a hotel, you buy some basic food stuff, they give you lemon, water, some pickle, salt, free. They don't charge for that. They're extra. So main thing you're served is Janmurti Jaravati suffering. But why does Krishna allow that? Because these sufferings will illuminate us that we are not in the spiritual world, we are in the material world. Then more we understand why we have come to the material world, why we are in this painful situation. Then we can understand next. Yes. Why I am suffering? This was the question given by Sanatana Goswami. This itself is some kind of a step. Person accepts, yes, he is suffering. When he accepts his suffering, then always the next step is he wants to come out of the suffering. How do I come out? So therefore, the spiritual step will start doing sadhana, and as you keep doing sadhana, your heart will get purified, eliminated, you feel blissful, ecstatic. Okay? The reason, logic and all we use just to see that the mind doesn't disturb. Suppose somebody is mentally not convinced that he should chant Hare Krishna. So when you try to make him chant, he will not chant. Okay? So therefore, just convince the mind with reason and logic. But reason and logic have to stop at a certain time. And then the spiritual vibration, when somebody becomes submissive, and hear the spiritual vibration and respect, and then the real nectar starts of purification. Okay? Hare Krishna everybody. Now who wants to add something? Yes, Gurushi Mataji, how do you? Anything, the tricks of Maya?
Yeah, Prabhu, facing the problems of Maya every day in life, juggling with it. And even recently, Guru Maharaj also shared like one of the thing, like, the moment we take to Krishna consciousness, like Maya will try to entrap you with by hook and crook, she'll try to capture you. But the only thing which helps me is the association with the devotees, which I always keep repeating. Because the moment earlier I was ignorant of not knowing there is something called as Maya and all. Now I'm aware there is Maya. And I know I'm getting entrapped in that when I'm leading my life. And the only thing which is supportive to me is the association, talking to the devotees, Prabhuji. The stronger your bonding with the devotees, There are beautiful devotees who have gone through it or overcome it. So, or in our circumstances, they help us, Prabhuji. So, talking to devotees, to the senior devotees, is the best way, Prabhuji, to keep ourselves away from the. And of course, also the Shravanam and Kirtanam and the daily sadhana. But association is the main, Prabhuji, what I feel. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Yes,
Hare
Pushpamurti
Krishna,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. See, after taking the Krishna consciousness, the whole world becomes our enemy. As our previous acharyas have said, especially Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, that this path is full of thorns. It's difficult to walk in this path, spiritual path. Especially nobody understands and nobody cooperates. So we have to be careful in keeping our sadhana with the association of devotees. Otherwise, without association, it's very difficult. Maya is very strong. So we have to be very careful. Thing does not go here and there, full of who are around us, millions of people are around us. That's all, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
yes.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
The people make our life very miserable for sadhaka. They all become enemies. Yes, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Supriti Mata. Okay, Gudashi Mata ji ho gaya. Supriti Mata ji, yes, you wanted to add something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like Dhruva Maharaj, we are also sleeping in the lap of Maya. Sometimes we cry, laugh, and we are enjoying and we are disturbed. And our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, is waking us up from the lap of Maya by singing a song, Prabhuji, Jivijago song, wherein he compares the Maya with Pishachi and is telling everybody to wake up, not to sleep long. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Prema Priya, Jai Shri, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Priya Darshini Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Acharya means who gives a personal example how to do devotional service and we just can follow it. Anusarana. Hare Krishna. Anybody else wants to add something? So, I think we are facing a constant battle in that way. Every moment, there are tricks of Maya which are disturbing us. So what we need to do? We need to be alert. Okay? We need to be alert to come out of this tricks of Maya and
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I was not able to unmute myself. Yeah. Prabhuji, one thing what I felt was this path of bhakti is only very challenging and difficult. Lots of, Maya comes in the way, many number of times. So determination is very important in bhakti. Association is very important, but association is external, determination is internal. So we have to be fixed in our bhakti and we have to pursue it very intently, Prabhupada. That's what I felt.
very nice. Association is external and determination is internal. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Okay? So, our Srila Prabhupada is like a captain of the ship, taking us towards lotus feet of Krishna. And we take opportunity daily here, Bhagavatam. And Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.